Imagine this. A Navy SEAL wakes up at the crack of dawn, stretches, and the very first thing he does is make his bed. It seems almost trivial, right? But what if I told you that this small act is the foundation of life-changing discipline? In today's video, we dive deep into Admiral William H. McRaven's book, Make Your Bed, where he reveals 10 powerful lessons from SEAL training that can transform your life. Stick around, because these lessons aren't just about the military. They're about resilience, leadership, and overcoming life's toughest challenges. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Start your day with a task completed. The first lesson is simple yet profound. Make your bed. McRaven explains that completing this small task every morning sets the tone for success. It's about discipline, attention to detail, and the satisfaction of knowing you've already accomplished something before your day truly begins. If nothing else goes right that day, at least you come home to a well-made bed, a reminder that you did something well. The message? Success starts with small victories. But there's more to it than just neatness. Making your bed creates a sense of order in a chaotic world. It fosters self-discipline, which is essential for tackling larger challenges throughout the day. This simple habit can set off a chain reaction of productivity, pushing you to complete one task after another. McRaven also shares that during SEAL training, bed inspections were a ritual. If a bed wasn't made to perfection, recruits faced punishment. This instilled the understanding that attention to small details reflects a person's character and ability to execute larger missions flawlessly. Another key insight is that making your bed gives you control. In life, there will always be factors beyond your power: failures, obstacles, and setbacks. However, taking charge of small, everyday tasks reinforces the mindset that you are in control of your own actions and responses. And when life feels overwhelming, that small sense of control can make all the difference. So, if you want to develop discipline, build resilience, and take ownership of your life, start your day by making your bed. Chapter 2. You can't do it alone. Next, McRaven highlights the importance of teamwork. During SEAL training, recruits are required to row small rubber boats through rough waters. If one person slacks off, the entire team suffers. Life works the same way. You can't do everything alone. You need friends, family, mentors, and colleagues to help you paddle through the stormy seas of life. Great success comes from great teamwork. But teamwork isn't just about survival. It's about thriving. In the grueling SEAL training, McRaven recalls how trainees had to carry their boats over their heads. If one person faltered, the weight became unbearable for the others. The lesson? When you work together, you share the burden, making it lighter for everyone. McRaven also emphasizes the power of relying on others during tough times. In life, there will be moments when you feel exhausted, defeated, and ready to give up. That's when the people around you, your team, your family, your friends, become your greatest asset. Whether it's a difficult project at work, an emotional setback, or a personal crisis, having a support system can mean the difference between sinking and pushing forward. A compelling example McRaven shares is about the legendary swim buddy system in SEAL training. Every trainee is assigned a swim buddy, someone they must look out for at all times. If your swim buddy fails, you fail. This system enforces accountability, responsibility, and a deep understanding that no one succeeds alone. It's a reminder that life isn't a solo mission. We all need someone to help us paddle when the waves get rough. Chapter 3. Only the size of your heart matters. One of the most inspiring lessons from Make Your Bed is about determination. In SEAL training, some of the smallest recruits outperformed the bigger, stronger candidates. The key wasn't physical strength, it was heart. McRaven shares the story of Tom Norris, a seemingly unremarkable man who went on to earn the Medal of Honor. The takeaway? Never judge someone by their size, background, or circumstances. Grit and determination always win. McRaven recalls an early experience in training where a smaller, leaner recruit was underestimated by everyone. Despite his size, this recruit never backed down from a challenge. He was the first to dive into freezing waters, the last to quit on a long run, and the one who motivated others when they wanted to give up. His success proved that resilience and mental toughness outweigh mere physical attributes. Beyond SEAL training, this lesson applies to life. Society often places importance on appearances. Who looks the strongest, who seems the most capable. But time and again, history has shown that true strength comes from within. It's about persistence, determination, and a refusal to quit no matter how hard the journey gets. Another key example McRaven gives is that of an underdog who exceeded expectations not through raw talent, but through unwavering effort. Those who succeed in life aren't always the ones born with advantages. They're the ones who refuse to be counted out. The lesson here? Your heart, your determination, and your willingness to push through obstacles define your true strength. Chapter 4. Life's Not Fair, Drive On. McRaven tells a compelling story about the infamous sugar cookie punishment in SEAL training. Trainees who didn't meet the instructor's arbitrary standards were forced to run into the ocean, roll around in wet sand, and stay like that all day. The lesson? Life isn't fair. Sometimes, no matter how hard you try, things don't go your way. But instead of complaining, successful people push forward. The world doesn't owe you fairness. What matters is how you respond. McRaven expands on this lesson by recounting stories of individuals who faced immense unfairness yet persevered. He highlights the experiences of fellow SEALs who endured grueling training despite personal hardships. Some had injuries, some had personal struggles, yet none of them let adversity define their future. A key moment in training emphasized this principle. A recruit who had done everything right still found himself covered in sand as a sugar cookie. Instead of being frustrated, he embraced the challenge. He learned that life's setbacks aren't personal. They're opportunities to show resilience. This lesson applies beyond SEAL training. In life, promotions will be given to someone else, relationships will end unfairly, and unexpected obstacles will arise. The most successful individuals don't waste time lamenting their misfortunes. Instead, they use them as fuel to push forward. Adversity, while often painful, builds strength and character. The ultimate takeaway from this chapter? When life is unfair, drive on. Don't let circumstances define you. Let your response to them shape your destiny. Chapter 5. Failure can make you stronger. McRaven introduces one of the most challenging aspects of SEAL training, the circus. This dreaded punishment was given to those who failed a task, subjecting them to extra physical training at the end of an already exhausting day. The point? To push recruits to their limits and see who would quit. Initially, the circus seemed like a punishment that weakened recruits, but over time, those who endured it became stronger. Their endurance improved, their pain tolerance increased, and they became more resilient. The lesson? Failure is an opportunity for growth. It teaches discipline, perseverance, and the ability to overcome obstacles. McRaven shares the story of a recruit who consistently found himself in the circus. Day after day, he faced the additional training, growing more exhausted. But instead of quitting, he doubled down, pushing himself harder. By the end of training, he had transformed from one of the weakest recruits to one of the strongest. This principle applies beyond SEAL training. In life, setbacks and failures are inevitable. The most successful people don't let failure define them. They use it as a stepping stone to success. Every failure is a lesson, every obstacle a chance to grow. The key takeaway from this chapter? Embrace failure. Use it to build resilience, improve yourself, and prepare for the bigger challenges ahead. Success is not about never failing. It's about learning, adapting, and pushing forward despite setbacks. Chapter 6. You must dare greatly. McRaven highlights a pivotal moment in SEAL training, the obstacle course. Among its many grueling challenges was the slide for life, a long rope stretched high in the air that trainees had to traverse. There were two ways to approach it, either the safer, slower method or the riskier, faster head-first approach. Those who hesitated lost time, while those who dared to go head-first often succeeded. The lesson? If you want to achieve greatness, you must be willing to take risks. This concept of daring greatly isn't just about physical obstacles. McRaven shares stories of SEALs who, in the face of combat, had to make split-second decisions that required extraordinary courage. These moments define their missions and sometimes their lives. Playing it safe doesn't always lead to success. Sometimes you have to dive in head first and trust in your training, instincts, and resilience. Beyond the battlefield, this principle applies to everyday life. Whether it's taking on a new challenge, speaking up for yourself, or stepping into a leadership role, growth only comes from stepping outside your comfort zone. Fear of failure holds many people back, but those who dare to take risks are the ones who shape their own destinies. One key takeaway from this chapter: playing it safe may keep you comfortable, but daring greatly will push you toward success. Whether it's on a battlefield, in your career, or in your personal life, you must be willing to take bold steps to achieve your greatest potential. Chapter 7. Stand Up to the Bullies. McRaven compares sharks in the ocean to the bullies in life. SEAL trainees swim in waters known for sharks, and they're told, if a shark approaches, stand your ground, punch it in the snout, and don't back down. The metaphor here is powerful. Bullies thrive on fear. Whether it's a tyrant, a workplace bully, or a personal challenge, courage is the key to overcoming intimidation. McRaven recounts stories of SEALs who faced overwhelming odds but refused to back down. He describes situations where standing firm in the face of adversity changed the course of missions and saved lives. Just as sharks test their prey before attacking, bullies, whether in life or in war, prey on those who show weakness. One story involves a young SEAL who, during training, was relentlessly targeted by a particularly tough instructor. Instead of giving in, the recruit faced every challenge head-on, never showing fear or weakness. By the end of training, he had gained the instructor's respect and had proven that resilience can turn adversaries into allies. Beyond SEAL training, this lesson applies to everyday situations, whether it's confronting a workplace bully, standing up for what's right, or refusing to let fear dictate your actions. The world is full of challenges, and showing courage in the face of intimidation is often the key to success. The key takeaway? Bullies only win if you let them. Stand your ground, face your fears, and never back down. Chapter 8. Rise to the occasion. In the most difficult moments of SEAL training, recruits are tested in ways that push them to their absolute limits. One of the most extreme tests comes during night dives in freezing water, where visibility is almost non-existent and the risk of failure is high. The ability to perform under these conditions separates those who will succeed from those who won't. The lesson? When faced with your darkest moments, you must rise to the occasion. McRaven shares a gripping story of a nighttime training mission where everything seemed to go wrong. Strong currents, limited oxygen, and total darkness. Many recruits panicked, but those who remained calm, relied on their training, and focused on their goal managed to complete the mission successfully. This experience reinforced the idea that in life's toughest situations, composure and resilience determine success. This lesson isn't limited to military training. In everyday life, challenges will arise, whether it's a personal tragedy, a career setback, or an unexpected obstacle. How you react in these moments defines your character. The best leaders and most successful people are those who can stay strong, focused, and resilient even when things seem impossible. A key takeaway from this chapter? Tough times are inevitable, but how you respond to them makes all the difference. When faced with adversity, don't shrink away. Rise to the occasion, push forward, and prove your strength. Chapter 9. Give people hope. McRaven recalls one of the most grueling experiences of SEAL training. Hell Week. This week-long endurance test pushes trainees to their breaking point: sleep deprivation, relentless physical exercises, and unrelenting exposure to freezing water. During one of the toughest nights, recruits were submerged in mudflats, their bodies barely functioning from exhaustion and cold. It was in this moment of despair that one trainee started singing. At first, it was just one voice, weak and trembling. Then another voice joined, and another, until the entire group was singing together, defying their pain and lifting each other's spirits. The lesson? Hope is contagious, and in times of darkness, even the smallest act of courage can inspire those around you. McRaven explains that the most successful leaders, in both military and civilian life, are those who provide hope to their teams. In the battlefield, soldiers look to their commanders not just for strategy, but for confidence, motivation, and belief that they can prevail. Hope is a powerful tool that can keep people moving forward even when the odds are stacked against them. This lesson extends beyond the military. In life, people encounter personal tragedies, workplace struggles, and moments of self-doubt. Having a mentor, friend, or leader who instills hope can make all the difference. Sometimes, all it takes is a few words of encouragement, an act of kindness, or simply showing resilience in the face of adversity to uplift those around you. A key takeaway from this chapter: never underestimate the power of hope. Whether you're leading a team, supporting a friend, or facing your own challenges, be the person who brings light in moments of darkness. A single spark of hope can ignite strength in yourself and those around you. Chapter 10. Never, ever quit. McRaven concludes his lessons with the most crucial advice of all: never quit. SEAL training is designed to break even the strongest candidates, pushing them to physical and mental exhaustion. Those who make it through aren't necessarily the fastest, strongest, or smartest, but they are the ones who refuse to give up. One of the defining moments of SEAL training is the infamous brass bell. At any point, a trainee can quit by simply walking up to the bell and ringing it. McRaven describes watching numerous talented candidates give up when the pain became too much, while others, sometimes the most unlikely candidates, kept going simply because they refused to surrender. The lesson extends far beyond military training. In life, challenges will push you to your limits. Whether it's career setbacks, personal hardships, or physical limitations, quitting is always an option, but persistence is what separates success from failure. McRaven shares examples of individuals who overcame seemingly insurmountable odds by refusing to quit, proving that resilience is the foundation of achievement. This chapter serves as a powerful reminder that persistence and grit can overcome any obstacle. No matter how difficult the journey, success comes to those who push forward despite adversity. The final takeaway? No matter what life throws at you, never, ever quit. So, what's the takeaway from Make Your Bed? Success isn't about luck or talent. It's about discipline, teamwork, resilience, and grit. It's about daring greatly, standing up to challenges, and never quitting. If you want to change your life, start with something small like making your bed. Who knows? It might just be the first step to changing the world. If you found this video inspiring, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more life-changing book summaries. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.